Run against Tom Gold, Donna Bebo, Fletcher, Oklahoma. Donna, come up and tell us why we're going to do the next time.
Well, are you guys feeling as energized and cheerful after all our voting? I promise I will make it very painless. It seems that I can't watch the news or read the paper anymore without having conservative family values shoved down my throat. They sing the praises of their party's abundance of family values. They wrap themselves in the American flag. They tell us how their careers and their candidacies are blessed on high. And they show us pictures of their picture-perfect families to prove what great values they have. But yet they roll out one piece of legislation after another that attack workers and women and children. They restrict our rights and they expand their power, all in the name of small government and family values. It's infuriating. And it's so utterly ridiculous that I find myself practically compelled to call, you know what a big pile it is. I'm sick and tired of listening to Republicans act like they hold the trademark on family values. It's not theirs to own, and it's certainly not theirs to sell. Preaching is easy. It's easy to say, I stand for all that is good and right. But actions speak the truth. So I'm here today to share my democratic family values and the actions that I will take to represent those values in D.C. As the wife of a retired soldier, I value those who serve in our military. In fact, I value them so much that I want them all home. I will never support putting our brave service members in harm's way unless there is a definitive and imminent threat to our national security. My husband and I have both had people that we loved and respected that have paid the ultimate sacrifice in service to their country. Our soldiers are not pawns, and war should always be the avenue of last resort. I value those who have completed their service to our country too. And I will fight to protect our veterans and the benefits that they have earned. Now, as someone who is blessed with having a supportive and loving husband, I understand the value of marriage. I'm fortunate to be able to share my life with my best friend. And it is my hope that all of my daughters will someday fall in love and be able to share their life with their best friend, regardless of gender. I value love, and I appreciate how precious and rare it is. And I also understand that the only people that impact the sanctity of my marriage are my husband and I. Now, one of the values that I was raised with was to respect my elders. And I think we may need to give the Republican Party a crash course on this. Because to me, slashing away at Medicare and Social Security just doesn't seem very respectful. These programs are a lifeline to many retired Oklahomans, and they must be protected. So, Republican family values, maybe they have an age cutoff. where members of their families cease being valued. So what about working Americans? Republican leaders across the country have waged a war against workers and their rights. My family values working Americans, and I stand in direct opposition to any legislation that will trample the rights of our workers to collectively bargain or any legislation that promotes unsafe working conditions or inequality. So evidently, our age cutoff for Republican family values is still a bit lower. What about students? I was raised in a home filled with books and discussion and debate. I was taught to be a lifelong learner, to question and to think. My family had very little money, but I was taught that knowledge is something that can never be repossessed or foreclosed upon. Intelligence is not something that is bestowed only upon the wealthy. Wouldn't it be a shame if the cure for cancer or AIDS lived in the mind of someone who couldn't afford to go to college? If Republicans have their way, they will continue to cut away at Pell Grants. Democrats understand the value of a sharp mind, and the world is always better. Our country and our state are better when we cultivate knowledge. But, once again, the age cutoff must be even lower because our Republican Congress is also trying to slash away at Head Start. This program provides an alternative to families who otherwise couldn't afford preschool. It helps level the playing field from the beginning, and it ignites the creativity and curiosity of our next generation. We value education as Democrats, and we understand that true equality cannot be fully realized unless we first provide equal educational opportunities to all. So, what about those under 3 years of age? We're running out of family members. So, the Republicans, with all their values, must value 3-year-olds, right? Well, not if you think that providing healthy food to low-income families with infants and toddlers is important. The Ryan Plan, which seeks to provide detrimental cuts to Medicare, Pell Grants, Head Start, and other programs that support families, will also negatively impact WIC, or Women, Infants, and Children, a program that provides nutritious food, basic health screenings, and breastfeeding support to women, infants, and children. Now, Republicans will often try to say that their family values are reflected in their opposition to abortion. Yet at the same time, they are trying to make it more difficult for women to obtain birth control. So maybe after we have the family values talk, and we explain to them that bit about respecting your elders, we can clue them in on the fact that 100% of abortions are performed on pregnant women, which birth control prevents. So, who does the Republican Party value? Who benefits from this legislation that they've been pushing? The same plan that attacks our retirees, students, children, women, grants tax breaks to millionaires. And now we see what families they value. Now I'm running in the 4th District against Representative Tom Cole, who has not only voted in favor of the Ryan Plan, he has been singing its praises since the beginning. He has also voted against environmental protection legislation and against safe working conditions fit with his family values either. So, I'm going to be fighting to make sure that Mr. Cole gets plenty of quality time with his own family by sending him home from DC.